What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video with your boy Ike. And today we back with another reaction video. And today we reacting to a teen laughs after she realizes her victim is unalive. How can you laugh after you realize you do something like that? Unless you really a sick, psychotic person. But for you to laugh after you do that to somebody, you must have really had to hate them. You must have really wanted to see them, out of here, off this earth. No cap, bro. But I always wonder, like, what did somebody do to make somebody that mad, to make them want to come back and unalive? What can somebody do to make you that mad, bro? But I always wanted to know, how can somebody let another human being make them so upset to the point that they ruin their life by unaliving that person that they let upset them? You know what I mean, bro? Like, I don't never understand that. If it's to the point where you have to, where you defending yourself and you fearing for your life, of course you protect yourself. But in situations, bro, that you could just let go and you could just walk off and see another day or be another day free, why not? There's nothing somebody can do to make you that upset. And I'm ready to see what happened and what went down, man. And that's just what we about to do. But before we do, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, because we is on the road to 30K. Make sure you hit that bell and be notified every time I drop another video. Follow me on the social medias. The link to the social medias is down in the description below, as well as the link to the Twitch. So make sure you go follow over there. We're gonna go live as soon as we hit 50 followers over there. So make sure y'all go support over there, no cap, and join the channel membership to unlock exclusive access to this channel. And with all that being said, let's get in this reaction.
I will murder you. I will murder you. I will murder you. I will murder you. I will murder you.
So like I said, like I guessed, it was a face-to-face confrontation.
I will murder you. I will murder you. I will murder you. I will murder you. I will murder you.
Ashley Bocanegra, Antonetta Stevens, and Daniel Gonzalez all moved.
What her name was?
I will murder you. I will murder you. I will murder you. I will murder you.
Ashley Bocanegra, Antonetta Stevens, and Daniel Gonzalez all moved to Georgia to start new lives. And for a while, they did just that. That said, old passions eventually bubbled to the surface, and before long they fell into a contentious, tragic, and ultimately fatal love triangle. Before we begin, we would like to express our sincerest condolences to the victim's family.
Okay, take a moment of silence.
Ashley Bocanegra was a beautiful young woman with a magnetic personality. According to her friends and family, she was typically the center of attention as soon as she walked in a room. Ashley was born and raised in New York, but eventually moved to Beaufort, Georgia, about 40 miles or 65 kilometers northeast of Atlanta. By the summer of 2022, she had a 7-year-old son with a man named Daniel Gonzalez, who also lived in Beaufort. The fact that Ashley and Daniel had both moved to Georgia is pretty telling, and it probably wasn't by chance. They had a passionate on-again, off-again relationship for years, but at that point they were both in serious relationships with other people. Daniel was engaged to a woman named Antonetta Stevens, who
They could have used any picture of that lady, bro, and they chose that one. Yeah, I got these nice pictures of these other people, bro. No cap. But soon we come to the black woman, y'all. Man, bro, that's down bad, bro.
To a woman named Antonetta Stevens, who he had known for about 5 years. Ashley was engaged as well, but they saw each other all the time because she was Daniel's supervisor at Floor and Decor, where they both worked the night shift. They allegedly regularly had relations at work when no one else was around, but for some reason, Daniel told his 17-year-old sister Janine about the affair in early August.
So he was
this
her work
was
husband.
odd because he knew that Janine and Antonetta were best friends. In fact, Janine felt like Antonetta was more of a sister to her than Daniel was a brother. Janine initially promised Daniel that she would keep the secret to herself, but she broke down and told Antonetta almost immediately. Shortly thereafter, they saw Daniel and Ashley walking together at a convenience store near their apartment. Antonetta suspected that Daniel had been cheating on her for some time, and at that point, she knew that her womanly intuition had to be spot on. Needless to say, she was hurt, confused, and downright angry. After all, she was under the impression that they had moved to Georgia to get married, raise their children, and put their pasts behind them.
So bro got caught up. Come on now, bro. You got caught up. You out there walking freely with this woman, knowing your girl. Look at your woman. You know she crazy, bro. And you gonna go ahead and cheat on her and walk freely out here on the street? Come on now, bro. You gotta be smarter than that.
Daniel and Ashley walking together at a convenience store near their apartment. Antonetta suspected that Daniel had been cheating on her for some time, and at that point she knew that her womanly intuition had to be spot on. Needless to say, she was hurt, confused, and downright angry. After all, she was under the impression that they had moved to Georgia to get married, raise their children, and put their pasts behind them. But now, the man of her dreams was cheating on her with a beautiful young woman who was his ex-lover, his boss, and the mother of his son.
Hey, bro, I mean, she had you, bro. Like, she got you. She had more to offer. Like, she brought more to the table than you did. Like, they already had past history. She his boss, so she made you more paper. She just brought more to the table than you did. Like, there's no comp. I see why he went there when he did. That's why he walking on the street with her. Because he didn't mind losing you. He didn't mind losing you, bro, when he knew he had this to go to. And I'm all for the black queens. But at the end of the day, I'm still part of the boys. I was going to see what's good and was best for the boys.
And of her dreams was cheating on her with a beautiful young woman who was his ex-lover, his boss, and the mother of his son.
And that was his BM? And that was his BM? You was out of there. You was out of there. I don't even know why you even care. I don't even know why you move with him. I don't even know why you move from state to state with him, bro. It's what? I didn't know that was his BM. I wasn't even listening to that part. I ain't gonna even care to you. His BM, bro, it's over for you.
Behind them. But now, the man of her dreams was cheating on her with a beautiful young woman who was his ex-lover, his boss, and the mother of his son. Shortly after 12 noon on Thursday, August the 11th of 2022, 30-year-old Ashley Bocanegra showed up at the Preston Hills at Mill Creek apartment complex in Beaufort where Daniel, Antonetta, and Janine lived. Later, Daniel claimed that he was asleep and that he didn't know she was coming, but Antonetta and Janine were definitely expecting her. They left the apartment as soon as she arrived because they wanted to confront her in the parking lot. Antonetta and Ashley began walking around one another menacingly as soon as they made eye contact. Meanwhile, 17-year-old Janine filmed the unfolding drama on her cell phone. It was obvious from their body language that Antonetta and Ashley were about to get into a physical altercation. Antonetta was bigger and stronger than Ashley, and she immediately grabbed her hair and threw her to the ground.
Come on, man. You can't be grabbing hair, bro. If you gonna get it on, you gotta get it on. If you gonna get it on, you gotta get it on, bro. Why you don't grabbing no hair, bro? You gotta learn how to squabble. You know what I mean? Throw the left to the right. Throw the right to the left. What you grabbing hair for? Nah, you know you was bigger. You know you was stronger. But why you know you bigger and stronger? Why not destroy them? You know what I mean?
Drama on her cell phone.
Look,
it was obvious from their body language that Antonetta and Ashley were about to get into a physical altercation. Antonetta was bigger and stronger than Ashley, and she immediately grabbed her hair and threw her to the ground. Ashley's head banged on the blacktop as Antonetta held her down and told her that she would fucking murder her. The fight was lopsided from the very beginning.
Meet the new standard in sleep. This is Pod 4 Ultra. It's not a bed.
While Ashley was on the ground, Antonetta snatched the cell phone out of her hand and gave it to Janine before resuming the assault. Ashley repeatedly told Antonetta to get off of her and let her up. We don't know exactly what happened next because the authorities did not release all of the footage on the grounds that it was too violent and disturbing. However, Antonetta clearly held Ashley on the ground and continued to assault her, and Janine eventually joined in and delivered a few hearty kicks to her head as well.
What?
Moments later, witnesses...
What? That's some real... Man, they lame as hell. The girl already down. The girl already beaten to a pope, you hear me? And you gonna come in and join in? You gonna join in? Like, what? That's down bad, bro. Me if I was in that jury, you was getting a chair. We get no injection, we bring the chair back for y'all. Y'all down bad.
Held Ashley on the ground and continued to assault her, and Janine eventually joined in and delivered a few hearty kicks to her head as well. Moments later, witnesses saw them dragging Ashley through the parking lot by her hair. Antonetta told Ashley to say hi to Daniel a number of times. She also said that she couldn't believe that she and Daniel had had relations at work and that she was going to tell her boss and get her fired. She also claimed that Daniel had told her it was okay if she went outside and fucked her up. Eventually, it seemed like Antonetta was about to let Ashley up, but Janine chimed in and told her not to stop. After another round of blows, they left Ashley in a heap on the pavement and walked back to the apartment with her phone. They originally planned on calling or texting her fiancé to tell him about the affair, But they never got around to it. The altercation only lasted a few minutes, and someone from the leasing office eventually called 911. Ashley was in bad shape, but she managed to get up and walk to the apartment because she wanted her phone back. Antonetta returned her phone, and by then Daniel was out of bed because of the yelling and arguing that had woken him up. He went to the door to see what was going on and instantly recognized that Alicia and Antonetta had been in a fight. But at that point, Ashley's injuries didn't look that serious. She was able to walk normally, and other than a few puffy red areas, her face wasn't that swollen. She eventually made her way back to her own apartment, but she was in far worse condition by the time her fiancé got home later that afternoon. He immediately drove her to the hospital, where emergency room doctors determined that...
Damn, bro. How would you feel, though, like, as the fiancé? Like, coming home, seeing your fiancé beaten up, she in bad shape, you gotta bring her to the hospital to realize the reason she looking like that, the reason she hurt, the reason she in bad shape is because she fighting her BD girlfriend because she's still messing with him. How would y'all feel if y'all was the man? Would y'all leave her there, or would y'all be like, that's on you, you deserve that? Or would you be like, nah, come on, I'm gonna take you to the hospital, I'm gonna get you right? What y'all do, man? 'Cause I know I'll leave her there, okay?
Afternoon. He immediately drove her to the hospital, where emergency room doctors determined that she had fractured ribs and several internal injuries. And to make matters worse, her face and neck had become so swollen that she was having trouble breathing on her own. Officers arrived to investigate the incident shortly after the 911 call came in. When Daniel answered the door, they asked if they could speak with the two women who were involved in the altercation.
She's been sleeping with my fiance. She works over there. She's his manager, and she keeps on forcing him to have sex with her after he'd been cut it off, or she's gonna fire him. And we ended up fighting right there because she approached my home.
Antonetta immediately told them that Ashley came to her home, that she was Daniel's manager at work, and that she forced him to have relations with her at work after he had tried to end the relationship on multiple occasions. She also told them that Ashley repeatedly called and texted her that morning to let her know that she was coming.
I see them walking together, and you're a woman, you know our intuition. I know that's the girl. I seen her, we argued yesterday, he broke it up, it was fine. This morning now, she's calling, text him, saying that she's gonna be coming here. I waited for her.
The officers left without making any arrests because they weren't sure who had started the fight. They even called and spoke with Ashley at the hospital just to get her side of the story. To their surprise, she said that she didn't know Antonetta Stevens or Janine Gonzalez, and that she wasn't sleeping with anyone's fiancé. Ashley seemed fine during their call, but her condition deteriorated to such an extent that ER doctors decided to fly her to another hospital with more experienced surgeons.
Dang.
But sadly, she died later that afternoon before they could perform what may have been life-saving surgeries.
Dang. So soon after that fight, she just was slowly on her way out. You know what I mean? That's crazy, bro. They beat her that bad. They had to jump her though, bro. I understand you mad because she's sleeping with fiancé and all that other stuff and all that yada yada. But dang, that's crazy.
He died later that afternoon before they could perform what may have been life-saving surgeries. Now, with a possible murder on their hands, Gwinnett County detectives returned to Antonetta and Daniel's apartment later that night. Daniel was not home at the time. Antonetta and Janine were, but neither showed even the slightest bit of emotion when Detective Carter told them that Ashley was dead.
Well, we just got another call about it. So I guess the girl went to the hospital and she died.
She died.
She's dead. So, but we know that there was like an altercation that happened beforehand.
Yeah, it was mutual, and she came here.
Yeah, we understand that.
Yeah.
So, but because of it,
I'm going to kill anybody.
Yeah.
I'm not that person.
I get it.
Yeah.
But because of that, we have to kind of talk to you guys and get a more formal statement.
Sure, okay. Wow, I'm so sorry.
Antonetta did say that she was sorry and that she never intended to kill anyone, but she reminded the detectives that Ashley came to her home. This statement was obviously meant to place some or all of the blame on the victim. The implication was that the fight never would have happened and that Ashley would still be alive if she had not come around looking for trouble. Antonetta also told detectives that she was suffering from depression and bipolar disorder because she and Daniel moved to Georgia to start new lives, and she never thought that he would cheat on her with another
Try
co-worker.
all that.
Cheat on me with
Try use all
someone
that.
at the workplace. You know what I'm saying?
So we would like to get like a formal statement, so we're going to ask that you come up to our headquarters and talk to us.
It's just right up the street.
Detectives did not question Janine at the apartment, but they were pretty sure she participated in the fatal fight. A few minutes after arriving, they asked Antonetta and Janine to come to the police station just down the road so they could ask them a few questions.
She was joked out. She the crazy one right there. She in the interrogation room, joked out. Somebody's dead, bro. Somebody's unalive. Somebody's off this earth that was just breathing a couple hours ago. And it's because of what y'all did. And you in there joked out. That's some of the sick people in this world, bro.
She participated in the fatal fight. A few minutes after arriving, they asked Antonetta and Janine to come to the police station just down the road so they could ask them a few questions. It's unclear if Antonetta and Janine were transported to the police station in the same vehicle, but they were placed in separate interrogation rooms immediately after arriving. Antonetta's demeanor and body language were relatively somber, but she told detectives that she didn't go out looking for trouble and that she never intended to get into a fight with Ashley. She also expressed remorse for her death, but again, she made it clear that she came to her home where she lived with her fiancé Daniel and their children. This was exactly what she said earlier that day, but Antonetta eventually hung her head and said that it was all too much. And shortly thereafter, she told detectives that she wasn't going to say any more and that she wanted an attorney.
I will say that, I don't go out looking to harm anybody. That's not my intention. I do feel, very remorseful about anything that has happened with that young lady. I'll also say that, it wasn't my intention to even get into an altercation with her today. She came over to my place of residence looking for my fiance. We argued. I was hit. We fought. I feel really bad, but I don't know. I'm just, this is just too much.
Okay. You okay?
No, I'm not. I'm just,
I don't believe victim.
I don't know how to feel, man.
On the other hand, Janine was surprisingly talkative and upbeat in the other interrogation room just down the hall. She started by telling detectives Araya and Carter that Antonetta and Daniel hadn't been on good terms and that they had been arguing a lot. Janine said things got worse after an incident with the in-laws on a recent trip to Florida where they attended a family member's wedding. She told them that Daniel told her about the affair with Ashley and that she in turn told Antonetta because she was closer to her than she was to her own brother. Then Janine described...
What? Bro, that's just his fiancé, my boy. That's your brother. And you feel like you more closer to her than him? And you living under his roof? What? And you the reason all this went down. Like, how you more closer to her than him? And he felt like he could come to you and tell you that he messing with his BM again. So he must feel that y'all got some type of closeness. And then you running and telling the police, yeah, I told her. Like, crazy.
Daniel told her about the affair with Ashley and that she in turn told Antonetta because she was closer to her than she was to her own brother. Then Janine described Antonetta's reaction to the news and told investigators that they saw Daniel and Ashley walking together near Quick Trip the very next day.
Told her what happened. He explained what she did or whatever. She was like, oh, really? And she's upset, whatever. I was like, don't tell him that because he's going to be mad at me.
Right.
According to Janine, Ashley came to the apartment because Antonetta and Daniel were splitting up, and she was kicking him out of the apartment. She readily admitted that there was a fight that afternoon, and that she and Antonetta took Ashley's phone. However, she said they only took it because they wanted to call her fiancé to tell him that Ashley was cheating on him.
And Antonetta saw the messages, so she decides, like, yeah, now she's about to come see you. Now I'm about to beat her up. Because you just saved me from her the other day. No, you know that's how it was. So she's coming. So Antonetta and me, we go. And she comes to the house. They fight. big fight. So, after the fight, we took her phone. We were gonna call her husband to let her know that, you know, to stir some out.
She also told them that Ashley came to the apartment when the fight was over and that they gave her phone back, and that they had no idea what happened after that because they closed the door and went back inside.
I don't know what the hell happened after.
Next, Detective Araya asked Janine if she had ever been in a fight. She said that she had, and she got a little flirty when he told her she had wide shoulders and an athletic build.
I really look athletic.
Yeah, you look athletic. Yeah, you got some shoulders on you.
Why would you do that? You don't know if I just care about these shoulders.
Janine already knew that Ashley was dead and that she was involved in the fight that led to her death. But even so, she was smiley and lighthearted throughout the entire interview. To be fair, she was only 17 years old, and as such, it's possible that she did not understand the magnitude of the situation. Then again, she may have known full well how serious things were. If so, acting inappropriately casual and friendly may have been the only way she knew how to deal with the stress.
Nah, she for sure knew the magnitude of the situation that she was in. She just didn't care, bro. At the end of the day, she said she wasn't even close with her own brother. She felt like she was more close to his fiancé than him. You know what I mean? She's a sick person. She knew what was going on. She knew what type of time they were facing in jail. She just didn't care.
Possible that she did not understand the magnitude of the situation. Then again, she may have known full well how serious things were. If so, acting inappropriately casual and friendly may have been the only way she knew how to deal with the stress. Whatever the case, Janine described the fight and admitted that she did more than just hold the camera. She said she was surprised that Ashley kept talking during the fight even though she was the one getting beaten up.
How feel about that? Like, how did that happen?
It was very vivid. It happens so fast, you know. Fights are just like a blur when it happens.
Yeah.
But
where was she? I know you said earlier she came looking for him.
She came because he was moving. He was getting kicked out, and she wanted to be a little writer. When she knows she a side chick and she got a husband at home, girl.
I know she's breaking up a happy home, but where was she at? Like,
no, she has a husband as well.
Yeah, no, but where was she at?
What do you mean?
You said she came looking for him. Where was she at? How did y'all make contact with her?
Through messages.
Where did you meet up?
She was in our complex. I guess she lives like right near us.
Detectives established a good rapport with Janine in the early going, but the atmosphere in the room changed instantly when they confronted her with the glaring inconsistency in her story. She initially claimed that Ashley was texting Antonetta that morning. However, the detectives knew that she and Antonetta took Daniel's phone while he was sleeping and used it to lure Ashley to the apartment complex.
How did you guys find the messages again?
His phone.
Okay, did you find it or did she find it?
She found it.
Antoinette? Okay. How did she, like, where were you at? Did you come, how did that happen?
She came to me, we were reading the messages. And we were like, yeah, that's the girl that we just saw. Yeah.
You read on your brother.
Yeah.
Did you guys text her?
What do you mean?
Did you guys send messages to her?
No, we don't got her number.
No, I mean from his phone.
Oh, from his phone? No, I don't think so, no.
I contacted her.
You sure?
Yeah.
Because you messed up your story a little bit. I already read the messages. You messed up a little bit.
What was the messages?
He wasn't getting kicked out.
Yes, he was. I don't know. What the hell?
At the end of the interview, Janine seemed mildly amused when detectives told her that she was being charged with robbery. She laughed and admitted that they took Ashley's phone, but she reminded them that they gave it back later. After this short exchange, they told Janine that she was also going to be charged with murder.
I told you she wasn't leaving unless we gave her back her phone. We just did it so we could call her husband, but we changed our mind.
Okay.
Yeah, for a day. She got her phone back.
She said it was okay for you to take it?
No.
Okay, yeah, that's a robbery. Other charge is murder.
Murder?
Yeah, you're being charged with murder.
Me?
Yeah.
That's That's too bad.
Janine said it was crazy, that life was crazy, and that it was too bad. According to her, all she did was pull Ashley's hair.
I barely laid hands on her. All I did was pull her hair.
At the end of the interview, Janine laughed and joked with the photographer who took her mugshot. She and Antonetta were arrested and charged with robbery, aggravated battery, and felony murder, and transported to the Gwinnett County Jail, where they were held without bond. Daniel had injuries all over his back and shoulders when Gwinnett homicide detectives showed up at his apartment later that night. He couldn't say how he got the injuries, but Antonetta may have attacked him before or after the altercation with Ashley. Whatever the case, it was apparent from the very beginning that he had feelings for Ashley and that he was concerned for her. He even gave detectives his phone and told them that they could search through his call and text records to help them figure out who instigated the fight.
The only thing she said is, why would you...
Yeah, bro was asleep. He don't know what happened. Bro went to sleep, people was alive. Bro woke up, people was unalive. You see what I'm saying, bro? Like a whole, like when his world shut off, the world kept going. And things was happening that he didn't even know what was going on. He waking up, now you got situations with police at his door. You know what I mean? Because his sister and his fiance didn't jump his BM and all type of stuff and they did it dirty. Like, bro, come on now. Y'all didn't unalive the mother of my child. Y'all think I'm about to help y'all? This ain't got nothing to do if he in love with his BM still is or not. It's just at the end of the day, you took the mother from my kid. Now my kid don't have a mother.
Do this to me, and I told her like we're not like the love interest is gone. Everything like I told her this yesterday. She saw me walking with this girl.
Oh, okay.
And I stopped her. I was like, you're not gonna fight her because of what we're going through. It's not her fault, you know.
Did she message Ashley from your phone?
And I'm pretty sure
pretending to be you?
Yes.
Then, when he asked how Ashley was, they told him they had just found out from the hospital that she had died from her injuries.
Is she hurt?
I see.
Like real bad?
So
Honestly, I'm not gonna make a show. I'm not gonna go and yell. I'm not gonna go call her. I just want to know.
well, yeah, we got a call from the hospital a while ago, and she actually passed away from.
Bro, stop playing with me,
No,
please.
seriously.
Please stop playing with me. Please stop playing with me.
Sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down.
Please stop playing with me.
Breathe. Breathe.
Please stop playing with me, man.
Breathe. Look at me. Breathe.
Always.
During the trial, prosecutors relied heavily on the footage taken by Janine before, during, and
That's
after the
crazy.
fight. Janine's attorneys claimed that she played a minor role in the attack and reminded everyone that she was a minor at the time. They even described her as a bystander and said that, if anything, she should have been charged with involuntary manslaughter instead of murder. But unsurprisingly, this tactic backfired when prosecutors showed the footage in which Antonetta asked her if she wanted any of this. Janine clearly said, "I do," then kicked Ashley in the head at least 3 times while she was on the ground. Another pivotal moment in the trial came when prosecutors presented the autopsy report. According to the medical examiner, Ashley's death was caused by a rupture of the right adrenal gland, but more importantly, the manner of death was homicide. Antonetta's attorneys claimed that she was not the instigator because Ashley came to her place of residence. But this didn't hold water because she used Daniel's phone to lure Ashley to her.
Yeah, see, bro, the evidence stacked against y'all in this one. It stacked against y'all in this one, bro. Look at the autopsy for one. All the thing that matter is the manner of death. And then all the thing that y'all did just to get this lady to the apartment complex. Y'all used your brother and your fiancé phone to get this girl to come there. And then y'all jumped her. She was already beaten bad, and y'all kept going.
The manner of death was homicide. Antonetta's attorneys claimed that she was not the instigator because Ashley came to her place of residence. But this didn't hold water because she used Daniel's phone to lure Ashley to her. In the end, Antonetta Stevens and Janine Gonzalez were each convicted of theft, battery, and murder, and sentenced to 20 years in state prison.
20?
Ashley's family set up a GoFundMe page shortly after her death. It ultimately raised nearly $6,000 that helped to pay for the cost of transporting her body back to New York, as well as her funeral and burial. Later, one of Ashley's cousins said that she was a beautiful woman inside and out, that Antonetta and Janine were motivated by jealousy, and that they were lucky the police got them before the family did.
Very angry with those girls. They lucky the cops got them. She was beautiful inside out, so I could see why they were jealous. And jealousy is an ugly trait to have.
If you found this case compelling, don't forget to like the video, comment down below, and...
It sounded like Cardi B at the end, man. But that's crazy, bro. You backdoored your brother like that for his fiance. You said you was close. You was more closer to her than him, which is crazy because you stay in this man's house. You stay under his roof. So you lying to his face and you love him for real. That's care for two. That's that man BM. Regardless of if he cheating or not, that man kid still needs a mama. The fiance down bad for even like doing too much. What you mad at the girl for? Cause your dude cheating. You supposed to be mad at your spouse, not the person they cheating with. You go at who had the commitment to you? Him. And y'all got 20 years in jail, which I should have got more than 20. Y'all should have got 40, 50 for what y'all did. But man, that's the end of this video, man. If you enjoyed this reaction, make sure you give it a fat thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel because we is on the road to 30K. So make sure you hit that bell to be notified every time I drop another video. Follow me on our social medias. The link to the social medias is down in the description below. Also, make sure you follow me on Twitch. We're going to start going live on that as soon as we hit 50 followers. So make sure you go follow over there and join the channel membership. Become a member of the channel to unlock exclusive access to the channel. And with all that being said, I'm going to see you in the next one, man. Peace.
I fuck with lies and I'm gonna bust. You can't put on that drip, you ain't one of us. How you run in the Benz and a Tonka truck? How you got everybody lit piping up? Oh, she bad with no swag, I can pipe her up. They my last and my last, I know I can